first look at the upcoming post-catastrophic colony survival game, Floodland. It seems simple at first, but this game blows up into a lot more than I thought in my first playthrough. This setting takes place in post-climate change America. The Arctic has become capeless and a tsunami day after tomorrow. The world several groups of either extremely unlucky or lucky people survived role. In Emrich's screenplay, and you'll choose one of those for surviving groups to lead out of the abyss and into well more of the abyss to helpfully make it a little less abysmal. Those people formed clans and all have their own backstories, worldviews, and clan traits got neighbors being a suburban community that follow an old world liberty ideology, having traditional values, and their clan trait reverting the effects of our working at 15% effectiveness overkill survivors were several neighboring families that rode out the end of the world in a prepper shelter having an old world autocracy element, and apparently tried their best to not be American first. Bryant obviously was formed by a resourcer of a fire department. They had a new world liberty ideology, pretty extreme and played his own deserty, and has the clan trait of washing their hands market free hell from the great state of oil platformia. They developed a new world autocracy ideology and all of that while drilling out in the middle of the ocean. So them developed the clan trait of picking up things faster than your average post-XK class extinction event survivor. All four clans start out in the same scenario, not sure if that all change in the future, but your scientific advisor Nicole Johnson lets you know that the main objective is to search for and reach the old reverse power plant. There's a lot that will need to be done before you can hope to achieve this goal, and that is where the game starts. We begin with nothing more than 10 people and an encampment. The demo is pretty short and is mostly made up of the tutorial, so instead of breaking this all down into several parts of chapters, well, just cover things as they come. So the first thing you will notice is the graphics, which I find to be very pleasant. Everything is stylistic and bright, kind of a stark contrast to the horrible situation you are in. Also the music, a relaxed ambition track matched well to the art style for Rain. To the gameplay, I imagine you have played a colony survival or builder before. You will have the basic gist of what to expect, but there are some less common mechanics in Floodland. Reachable areas are all within the radius of a storage building, and your exploration and resources gathering areas are combined into the same bottom. With a fixed radius and number, you will start off with 6 possible designation of, and your people will have to finish whatever needs to be done in that area before you will regain a possible designation. Small patches of resources can be gathered, and the fog of war can be lifted by placing a designation on. The amount of designation can be increased with certain buildings, but 6 did seem to be plenty for this small area. Demo takes place in, if you are wondering why they would give you a limited amount of designation at one time by running there, that signs your population in the game seems to be on the lower side, and resource gathering is a job that can take the entire day. It's a way to make sure storage areas don't get overworked by sending their entire workforce out on exploration missions, while your resource gathering essentially cases said to exist either that or it's a way to slow down exploration. Who knows? You will need to research and construct certain buildings to gather certain resources, which we'll show in a bit. But one important mechanic we see now is that you have to find people to join and grow your clan, as opposed to the citizens raising their own families. The demo is fairly short and the population you can accrue is slow, so maybe it's different later in the game, but as for now all can say is that you have to go out and find your population gains. Like Frostpunk uses game mechanic, but it's worse. Nothing that the amount of people you can find at a time is very low leading me to make the assumption that you won't be able to eventually have a massive sprawling settlement, and workers are scarce resources that needs to be strategically allocated. This certainly fits the game's theme that not many people survive the end of the world, oddly enough, and the fact that you are working to reach a position in which you can begin to rebuild the world. We are not at that point yet. It's missions to get their research points are gained in more than one way, from simply completing objectives to studying DIY books. And Relics, the research tree, has a fairly unique UI design that I like it a lot. There is 2 rings and 4 quadrants. The quarter ring is you. Thanks for watching, press like button on this video.